Canadian, before we do anything, the Angry Canadian is a YouTuber. He makes YTPs, which include a lot of political commentary within them, criticizing prominent figures in the Canadian government, such as Justin Trudeau. And yeah, he's gone through a lot of experiences. You know, right now he wants to talk about the job market, because there are a lot of complexities with the current job market at the moment. Also, of course, you guys know there was the recent Canadian election, so I'd like to ask him questions about that. And then if we have time, I think I'm going to ask him some questions about the recent unrest that's been going on in the United States, mostly centered around LA, but we've been seeing some stuff in other places, such as New York City as well. So without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and jump into the Discord server to chat with him, with the Angry Canadian.
Oh, Coke's not legal. I'm having beer. It's called Kokanee.
What? Are you talking to someone else?
No, I'm talking to you. I'm just streaming as well, not newbie.
Oh, okay, cool. I mean, that's kind of big, honestly. So,
but yeah. So one of the things is, how have you been? It's been a while.
I've been good.
How have you been?
I've been good, but I've been very, very busy, as I'm sure you could also tell by my streaming schedule. It's been very haphazard. I haven't covered any of like the riots or protests at all this week, just because I've been busy running around, being in and out of town. Because you've got like relatives who have like graduations and things, so of course that'll take you out and get you traveling for sure. So, but yeah, I'm back home now. Planning on doing streams a little bit more regularly. I've got to crank out and edit some more videos that the space of my computer's not as full, because I've got recent VODs on there and whatnot. But yeah, for the most part, I've been doing pretty well. I've been making videos on the vlogs channel as well, which has been fun. A little bit sad that X Defiant's gone, but it is what it is. I rarely play that game anyway. I don't really have time for video games for the most part.
Same here. I've actually found out something too with how businesses are actively defrauding the Canadian government. Like lots of businesses are doing.
Oh yeah, tell me a bit about that, because I think you said you had some insights, but I think we wanted to save the details for the stream. So
yeah, so a lot of businesses actively will gatekeep Canadian people out of a job. And what they'll do is they'll put like a bunch of arbitrary stuff in applications. Like, for example, and you can title this as your video. I was applying to Boston Pizza because I got laid off of my job. And you know what those guys were wanting for a server position?
What do they want?
Master's degree.
For a server's position? What degree?
Yeah, for a server position.
Wait. But what degree were they looking for? Like
master's degree is what it said, based on Indeed. I have the screenshot and I posted on subreddit Recruitment Hell, and and the comments were hilarious. Like someone said, I have a PhD at Burger University.
Yeah, that's what I was asking. It's
one person said, one person, I'm a Pokemon master. Does that count? I caught a Mewtwo while eating pizza.
Yeah, and that's why I was going to ask, what does the major have to be in? Because if it's something in business, I can understand if they want to make sure that you can have progression in the company. But if it's just any old master's degree, that's kind of silly.
It's not. I would understand if you want a pro serve, because pro serve, you're serving alcohol to people. That's a requirement by the province. You need it. I understand that, and that was, I don't know why, but. And obviously I applied to them anyway. I did tell the federal government about that too, in case they wanted to fraudulently claim that they couldn't find any workers to falsify a worker shortage and import foreign workers into the jobs, because that's what they do. These businesses will do that.
Well, okay, hold on. So when you're talking about importing foreign workers, why would... Are these foreign workers all coming in with master's degrees? That's just not the impression I got.
Or fabricated degrees too.
Wait, what type of degrees?
There's a whole scheme with those boards where the people going in will pay thousands of dollars just to get a job here by these shady companies.
Wait, so hold on. Now here's a question. Could you do the same thing? Could you? Because I did hear rumors about buying the degrees and stuff. Could you also go out and buy one of those same degrees?
Yeah, you could.
So it's not just for non-citizens. Citizens can do this too.
Yeah, but the thing is too is the biggest thing and the biggest reason why these benefits these people will, or like these companies will fraudulently, and here's why it's fraud, is because they'll do it so that they can, when they hire foreign workers, they get a wage subsidy from the government of 75%.
Oh, I see. That's kind of crazy. So it's basically like socializing these jobs, though, right?
No, it's
because
actually
they're 75% subsidized by the government, right?
No, but normally, like if you're a Canadian citizen, the business pays out the worker wage. Whereas this one, the business only pays out 25% of the worker wage, and they get reimbursed the 75%.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like it's socializing these jobs to where, you know, they're mostly government jobs. They're not private sector jobs, which is kind of weird. And is it like a slippery slope where eventually the government is going to be like 100% subsidizing some of these jobs? Have you heard any rumors about that?
I don't know actually, but there's a lot of calls to end the program.
Well,
because it's pushing Canadians out of jobs. And it's and a lot of businesses are basically frauding the government, because what the biggest requirement of that is you need to prioritize Canadians, which a lot of these businesses, because there's such a lack of regulation, will be like, okay, like they'll just look at the list, deny everyone, and be like, okay, we tried, like now give us our money, government.
That's kind of foul.
Yeah, and it's fraud. It's illegal. Yes. Like, and I've actually been trying to I told my EI agent, because I'm on EI, employment insurance, that there's businesses that are doing this, and so EI's making a note of it.
Well, I mean, they say they're making a note of it. I mean, do you think anything's actually going to get done? If this is a concerted effort by the government, I would be doubtful of the government actually doing anything to.
Well, I'm gonna flat out call, and want to know another business too was?
Yeah.
That I caught was, they were requiring 5 years of server experience, but they were only willing to pay minimum wage. Only willing to pay minimum wage. And
well, that's not entirely shocking. I think that there's similar stuff here in the United States. And that's what gets people very upset, because they go out of college and they're like, well, how am I'm supposed to get this experience, so how am I supposed to get that, not knowing that you're supposed to spend your breaks not spring breaking, but like doing internships and things.
Well, according to a lot of people in Canada, sell your soul to the devil. That's how you do it, apparently. Like, I mean, at this point, it's like,
I don't know if that's what's happening. I don't know. I'm not tapped in with the spiritual warfare in Canada.
People are. There's a lot of people that are posting memes about it too. It's like, you know that Shoobody Doo song?
Shoobody Doo.
It's like Shoobody Doo, ba da 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 ba 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 da ba ba ba. Like that song?
Oh yes. For a second I was like, oh, is this just Canadian music?
Yeah,
I don't
know. That scene where they're like
summoning
like the demon and headbutting it to death.
Oh, that must be for the music video.
Like,
I have not seen that. I must admit.
Yeah, they use the meme of that where they're summoning. It's like me and my unemployed friends manifesting a job, and they're using that part to spin up. Like, it's literally like that's, and in Canada too, it's like all the big businesses are doing that. Like, they're basically doing it so they can get free money from the government.
And now, this you would think this would be a massive scandal in an ordinary situation, and you think this is a deliberate attempt to bring in migrants? Because I'm just kind of thinking, you know, if the goal was to get more jobs, the government could subsidize 75% of any job or any wage or whatever in a certain sector or something, and that could include Canadians. Have they given a reason why they're not subsidizing Canadian jobs and only subsidizing the jobs of migrants?
I believe it started during the pandemic, but they never got rid of it because like nobody wanted to work because everyone was scared of COVID.
But
like, I hope you don't have to censor the word COVID. But
during the pandemic, was that still only for migrants and not for Canadians?
Yeah, they didn't up it to that.
And what was the reason that they
should get rid of the program? Because nobody wanted to work. Like, that was the reason. And businesses would fabricate and say, oh, we can't find workers because you could expect Gordon Ramsay to be working at a minimum wage job because the unemployment was so high during the pandemic because everything shut down.
What? Yo, I mean, here's the thing. Usually, when the state has their official narrative, right? I mean, they might be trying to do one thing, but you know, the official narrative and the story that they come out with usually is at least a little bit believable, right?
Yeah.
I think that, oh, people don't want to work is not a reason. Like, it doesn't explain why you're subsidizing migrant jobs but not Canadian jobs, you know? Like, that's just, that's a little
remember,
off.
we had a nincompoop as prime minister at the time. His name was Justin Trudeau. Now it's Mark Carney. And the thing is that it was like, and the thing is too, is that these businesses tried for about 2 years to far cry the media. They bribed the media to falsify worker shortage.
Oh, is there proof of this?
I don't know the proof of it, but they were saying like, oh, we can't find workers. Funny thing was, you were saying that as I was in an employment agency office looking for work.
Yo,
like, and ever since that day, I vowed revenge. I vowed my revenge on the Canadian job market. Do you know that General Grievous thing from the Clone Wars?
Yes.
Where he's like, I don't care about your politics. I only live to see you die. Like, that's what I'm like to the Canadian job market. I only live to see it die. Like, and like the thing is, I've applied to over 140 jobs, like in the last 2 weeks.
And so what's the response?
Guess how many interviews I got?
Wait, oh yeah, how many interviews have you gotten?
1.
Oh, wow.
Out of 140 jobs. And I'm like, I have work experience. I've had work experience for the last like 3 to 4 years. And I have a bachelor's degree.
And you know, of course, I'm assuming you've been in the workforce for a while. So how competitive, like when you job searched before this, you know, current job hunt, how hard was it for you to find a position? Like, was it a lot easier before this whole policy of subsidizing migrant jobs than it is now?
I think it was about the same difficulty. Because now with the experience, you should have it easier, but no, you have it the same as when I had it back then. And a lot of people, like, I've even heard that there was coercions from businesses trying to turn away people. Like, there's like them saying like, oh, you don't want to work with us. Like, you don't want to apply here is what the managers will say. You know what I would tell them?
What?
And you don't want me to pull a Tekashi 6ix9ine on you and rat you out to the government for falsifying a worker shortage, which would get your rights stripped away. And I would literally tell that to them because here's the thing. What they're doing is actually in violation of their agreement with the federal government that they're supposed to actively look. And I'll say, and now that I know your name as the manager, I can easily tell the government, file a complaint to the EDSC and even the CRA, because you're probably using tax fraud as well, and I will get you fully audited.
Yeah, well, and here's the interesting thing. Like, I was gonna ask you this too. People, you know, you're saying that they're doing coercion. They're saying, oh no, you don't want to apply here. If I would presume that if that's happening commonly enough, there would be recordings of this. So
yeah,
if there's hard evidence that this is something that's happening, then, you know, is this being prosecuted in Canada? Like, are you aware of that being prosecuted in Canada? And if there's
no, it's not being prosecuted in Canada because not enough people are reporting it, even though I've actually sent an email to my MP stating that they need to educate people more about this fraud and tell people how to stand up to it. And I haven't heard anything back from him, but I even said that the government is being defrauded by businesses. And I said there's countless stories about people saying how they can't find work, how businesses are using discriminatory practices too. Like one person even did a social experiment too. He changed his name to sound more like he changed his last name to Singh, got an interview, they found out he didn't get hired. But when he used his actual name, he did not get a single interview.
Yo, that's crazy. Dude, you should link some of this stuff in my Discord server. Because
like link some of the Reddit posts.
Some of the stuff like this that I'm more informed, because this is actually kind of interesting. One thing I'm curious about too is when it comes to people having the evidence, you say you got some evidence, you sent it to your what's your name, your job, the job
my
dude?
MP.
Oh, your MP,
my
MP.
member of parliament.
Okay, yeah. So you sent the information to your MP.
Yeah.
How do we know that other people aren't doing this with their MPs, and the lack of reports is not the reason why these crimes are not being like officially filed and being properly investigated in Canada?
It's you don't, because they don't tell you. It's all anonymous. But like the narrative now is youth can't find work. It's like, bruh, what do you expect when you're competing with people who are going to get 75% wage subsidies?
And wait, so the state is saying, oh, it's a problem. Canadians are having trouble finding jobs. It's something that they're admitting?
The media is, but they're not doing anything about it. One MP did put down a petition, which I signed, which was ending the foreign worker program.
Wait. Oh, wait, really? Your MP put that in?
One of the MPs did, yeah, which I signed.
That's cool. So
yeah,
and so this is the last thing, I guess, before we can move on to another subject, because I know that I'm trying to make sure I fit everything into the stream, but when it comes to the issue of young Canadians not finding jobs, the media is admitting that this is a problem. Has the government admitted that this is a problem? And if they have they said, okay, here are some things that we're actually going to do to try and fix this problem?
Do you want to hear what the government has done?
Yeah.
Cue the cricket noise. Like that. Like nothing's crickets.
Wait. I gotta say, I'm surprised because, and I look this up like every year or so to see if anything's changed, but I don't think it has. My understanding is the media landscape in Canada, like when it comes to terrestrial, I think, terrestrial, like radio and television and all of that, it's all state run, more or less. There's no independent news or like political talk networks over in Canada. And so my presumption was, wait, what did you say?
Yeah, not really. Unless it's some YouTuber channels like the Pleb Reporter and all that.
Yeah, and of course you've got Rebel News and stuff, but I'm talking about like those who have like 24/7 networks. My presumption is that you have the state-run media saying, hey, there's this problem here. Young people are not able to get jobs. I feel like if the state-run media is saying this, then it's something that the government officials would acknowledge as well, because they are literally sanctioning that messaging going out saying, hey, this is a problem. So isn't it,
well, if it was a problem, then why aren't they removing the program that caused the problem in the first place?
Well, of course, you can have a lot of fun with political narratives. So you can say, you can say, oh, this is a problem, but this program isn't the cause of the issue, right? Like there are different things they could do. They could blame it on something else, but at the very least, I would expect the politicians to admit out loud that this is a problem. If this is a very open secret, that this is being said even in the public media over there, like that's a bit of a disconnect, isn't it?
I would even go as far as to say that I would go as far as, if I was like running for prime minister, I would overhaul that foreign worker program. Like the wage subsidy would get cut by so much. Like you know how much I would cut it?
100%.
I'd cut it from the 75% to 20%. So it'd be like a drop, and it wouldn't be just a gradual drop. It'd be like an instant cut.
So you support subsidies in principle?
To a certain extent, yes, but like it would only be for niche jobs. All the businesses would be audited too. If they are found guilty of like fabricating worker shortage, they get permanently banned. The whole business gets, and if it's as widespread, the entire company gets permanently banned from hiring foreign workers.
That's cool. And honestly, I would do that with that. I could get down with that. Yeah,
all they just do now is fine them.
And I guess if it's a punitive fine, then
you gotta ban them. You gotta ban these businesses.
Yeah.